Hey Pectus Warriors, it's Byrne from FixPectus.com, and in today's video what I wanted to talk about is our heart and our lungs and how Pectus, often impairs them and ways we can address this, okay? So obviously Pectus, we have a sunken sternum, and as a result that sunken sternum can put more pressure on your heart and lungs, and it can result in a smaller heart and lungs, and therefore you may have compromised, heart function, lung function. And obviously that is something we need to address, okay? Now, it's dependent really on the severity of your pectus as to how much your heart and lungs are going to be affected, if they're affected at all, okay? And so for deeper cases of pectus where the heart and lung function is really compromised, in which case your health and your longevity is at risk, then surgery is a really good option, I think. If it is a more mild or moderate case of Pectus Excavatum, in which your heart and lungs is not affected, then I really think surgery is it shouldn't really be in the question, in my opinion. Because exercise, stretching, my programming, it can do a lot to make your Pectus Excavatum a lot less noticeable. Like, look at my client testimonials. So if that's you, then I wouldn't really be thinking about surgery. Even my pectus is pretty mild. As a kid, it did look a lot worse than it does now, obviously. If you guys have seen my transformation video, you would know what it kind of looked like back when I was a kid. I don't have that many photos, but I do have some which really do show that it was quite bad. And it really was bad enough to make me mentally very unstable about my pectus. Now, I don't have a scan. However, I know from my anecdotal experience that for me, early onset of shortness of breath, and I have always had a poor cardiovascular and respiratory fitness in comparison to any other kind of sport that I would play. If it was anything that was fast paced, like a 100-meter sprint or anything, I generally was one of the best. If it was anything that was long distance, I was generally one of the worst. And I mean, it was that much of a contrast, okay? And I used to have asthma, I used to get very wheezy. And this is pretty common with pectus. A lot of people with pectus have that early onset of shortness of breath. And I mean, it makes sense, right? The hole's there and your heart and your lungs are right there too. So what I would recommend is, seeing a doctor, getting a scan, seeing if it is affecting your heart and lung function, if that is concerning you. If it is affecting it to such an extent that, your health is at risk, then surgery is a great option. If it's just affecting it a little bit, like it was for me, then it's something you need to work on, because you should be trying to improve that. Improving your cardiac health, improving your respiratory fitness is a great key marker of improving your health in general, okay? So it's something we want to be doing, okay? So cardio and working in that domain to improve our capacity in endurance events is something that is important. And contrary to popular belief, it's not going to kill your gains if you guys are out there looking to build muscle with pectus. In fact, it will do the opposite if you do it right. It will help you make more gains. If you do the right amount of cardio, you don't overdo it, but you do the right amount and the right types, the right intensity, you will actually help yourself build more muscle, okay? Having better endurance and a better cardio fitness, it's going to result in a few things. Firstly, it's going to increase the capacity to which you can pump blood around your body. And what that's going to do is it's going to result in better pumps, and it's also going to result in better nutrient uptake in your muscles. Better nutrient uptake is going to result in better muscular growth and recovery, okay, which will result in you being a more muscular human. So there is one improvement, and I've seen that firsthand since I've started doing a lot more cardio recently. My recovery has been so much better. The fitter I get, the better I recover. And it's pretty common in the literature. There's plenty of studies that support this. So that alone is a good reason to do cardio. Secondarily, from my anecdotal experience, whenever I've done cardio when I've been in the gaining phase, it's helped me stay leaner whilst in the gaining phase. And as you guys know, a lean muscular physique is a really key thing for pectus. So we definitely want to be doing some cardio for that reason as well, because then we're going to be able to stay lean. So you'll be able to stay leaner better whilst you're in a gaining phase. If you're actually looking to cut and get more shredded, it's going to be a great tool to implement for caloric expenditure to help you get shredded easier whilst having a higher caloric intake, higher nutrient intake. And 3, it is going to actually help with your recovery. So it's actually going to help you from a cosmetic point of view to actually build your pectus and make your pectus less noticeable. And it's going to help you from a physiological point of view, in which case your heart and your lungs are going to function better, which is obviously great for health, longevity, which is like the most important things anyway. So when it comes to doing cardio, okay, what I would recommend is swimming, number one. I've talked about this. Check out my video on swimming. To summarize, Firstly, we're going to get some muscular benefits when swimming. You know, it's going to work your back, it's going to work your shoulders, and the muscles that swimming works are actually the muscles that are going to help pull us into better posture, which is so important for pectus. So swimming is my number one. It's also very low impact, so it's not going to hurt your joints, and it's actually going to help with your recovery when it comes to your weight training. My next form of cardio would be any other kind of lower impact cardio like rowing, cycling. Rowing, again, similar to swimming, we are getting some back muscular development, which is going to be really great for your posture as well. So swimming, rowing, and then it'll be cycling next, and then running, really. But running's still good. Like, we'll do whatever works for you, whatever you enjoy, okay? LISS and HIIT are the two types of cardio you can really do, whether it's low intensity steady state for a long time or high intensity interval training for a shorter period of time where you're really pushing it out. Okay, so they're the two options, and they're both good. LISS, generally speaking, is going to help with your recovery more, and it's also going to probably help improve your cardio fitness more so than HIIT will. Also, you guys are probably aware that I've been experimenting with the vacuum bell lately. And I messaged one of the companies that sent me the vacuum bell and said, I'm kind of freaking out when I use it because sometimes it's a bit uncomfortable, and I was scared that it was maybe hurting my heart, and I've been getting random heart pain lately, and so I was scared that it was, you know, maybe triggered from the vacuum bell. And so I messaged them about them and asked them what they thought about that, and they said that in fact it's actually quite the opposite. There's a study that shows that the vacuum bell actually improves cardiac function. So I'll also link that study because it's quite interesting in the description, so you guys can check that out if you wanted to. So that's another plus for the vacuum bell too. I will also link the links of the vacuum bells that I've been sent in the description too. Still waiting on the Pectus healing one, which, as I've said before, I've heard is the best quality. But yeah, the other two are pretty good. There's pros and cons to them. I will be making a review of the vacuum bells soon, so stay tuned for that once the Pectus healing one comes too. Anyway, I've got a PDF attached to this YouTube video that you can download and read, and that's me talking about all about cardio for pectus. So you can download that for free. I hope you appreciate that. If you do, give it a thumbs up, okay? You know, I put a lot of work into what I do in these videos and stuff, so just by giving back by liking it and stuff is really appreciated, and making sure you're subscribed as well. Yeah guys, that's my little talk on, you know, cardio and the heart and lung health. Obviously guys, I'm not a doctor. I did recommend at the start to go see your doctor, so I do recommend doing that, and taking some actions to improve your cardio, improve your heart and lung function, and improve your life, improve your pectus, and, you know, build some confidence and change the way you do things. So yeah guys, if you're not implementing already, start implementing, start making changes, you know. And if you're not sure where to begin, I do have the Pectus Transformation Project, and in which case when you sign up, I will be your coach personally, so that is the link in the description to sign up to that. Anyway, thanks so much guys, peace out, lots of love, see you in the next video.